A really big welcome to the Salon Chat Room podcast with Angeline Hayden, founder of Midas Customer Service Training and Salon Solutions, and Kerry Humphreys, founder of Locate Your Look. Please help us welcome our guests for today. We are sure you'll be suitably entertained and learn something new and inspiring about our amazing industry. Welcome to the Salon Chat Room podcast, and our guest today is Justin from ISHOKA. ISHOKA is a salon in Aberdeen, and Justin is going to talk to us about his rather late entry into the hairdressing industry and how his journey has got him to where he is now. We're looking forward to this podcast with great interest. The fabulous Justin from ISHOKA. So Justin is going to talk to us about his apprentice diaries and his journey from where he was to where he is now. So we are so pleased, Kerry and I, to welcome Justin.
Welcome, Justin.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. My name's Justin, and I'm a level 3 apprentice stylist at ISHOKA Hair and Beauty in Aberdeen, Scotland. I just recently got promoted to colourist as well, which is fab, but I'm still finishing off my training just now. I started my hair journey 4 years ago at the age of 25, which is quite unusual for someone in the hair industry. Usually, the girls and guys are coming up at 16, 17 after college. When I left school, I really didn't know what I wanted to do, and I just kind of fell into the cycle of doing retail and worked my way up to be retail manager. And then I got a job in an office, and then I was made redundant from my job. There was a big downturn in the oil and gas in Aberdeen, and the lady at the job centre said, do you want to look at any college courses and stuff? And I've always been really interested in fashion. I'd never touched anyone's hair in my life. But I thought, you know what? I was like, let's go for hairdressing. And it was something I thought would be fun. Yeah. And I got accepted into college, which was fab. But a lot of my friends had advised, for me to apply to other salons. Now, the bad thing was, because of my age, being 25, a lot of salons wouldn't take me on, unfortunately.
Was that purely because of funding, Justin, or was it because... Yeah.
That was more or less.
Point. Yeah.
I've actually still got an email from one of the salons that literally said I was too old. And it was just really disheartening. And then my friend suggested ISHOKA. Now, I didn't apply for ISHOKA in the first place because they have such a legacy. They have won so many awards. And I just thought, well, if these salons don't want me, ISHOKA is never going to want me. And I was very surprised and got an email back, asked to come in for an interview. So I was absolutely delighted. I met with Malcolm and Leslie Ann. Leslie Ann's our front of house manager. Malcolm is he's the business partner of ISHOKA. Yeah. And just had a really nice chat. And, Malcolm wanted to know, why I wanted to be a hairdresser. And I think he could just really tell by my passion and enthusiasm that this was a good choice to take me on.
So you've got to thank that lady at the job centre.
I know.
Get her in, do her hair for free.
Yeah. I know. So, and I mean, don't get me wrong. I was so out of my comfort zone when I first started. Thankfully, the team were incredible. They always looked after me. But from being a retail manager before, being in charge of, 20 odd people and knowing how things work and knowing how to do everything, because I was that little bit older, I did struggle. I really struggled, actually. And,
do you think a lot was expected of you because you were older?
So I in my head, I thought that, but it wasn't the case at all, which was incredible, and the more I worked with the girls and my managers, the more at ease I was. And people kept saying to me, the more you do your training, one day it'll just click and you'll just get it. And I was sitting there every day. I was such an impatient person back then. And I was just waiting for it, and I'm like, when am I going to get this? You know, and I used to cry. I used to be so upset with myself. Oh. And one day it did just hit me, and I got it.
Amazing.
And I just completely fell in love with the industry, and it just really shaped me as a person. I'm just a completely different person to who I was 4 years ago, and I've never looked back, really.
That is amazing. I mean, Kerry was a hairdresser, whereas I wasn't in the salon. So she will get that click, because they talk about it a lot, don't they, hairdressers? You know, apprentices and junior stylists. When you get it, you get it. So it finally arrived, and amazing.
Yeah. I think we all go through the same experiences, don't we? You sort of go there and you watch all the talent on the floor and you think, oh, I'm never going to be able to do that.
I know.
And you watch and you think, you lift a pair of scissors for the first time and you think, oh, where do I start?
You're going like this with the scissors in your hand.
Sweaty palms, and you think to yourself, oh. Yeah. But as you turn around and say, after a few times, you just think, oh, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
That's where the passion really starts, doesn't it? Really sort of starts coming through, that sort of, because that click and getting it right, and you think, oh, I've made somebody look and feel amazing, and it just carries on through your career.
And to be honest, I think it was always quite intimidating, because they were never intimidating to me, but it was an intimidating situation having someone like Philip Bell or Catherine Longmuir training me, because they're in the Hall of Fame at the British Hairdressing Awards. You know, like, they know what they're doing, you know. But the more I got to know them, you know, I realized that, you know, they want me to be the best, and they're here for me for any questions I've got. And I love them to bits.
They must have had so much faith in you, Justin. They must have seen something, because when you are interviewing, you know, recruitment is really difficult in the salon. But when you see somebody for the first time and you see that they've got so much promise, it's a gift, and it really is a gift for the salon. So well done. Now, you've gone further, haven't you, with apprenticeship education and motivation. And like I said to you earlier, I've been looking at your apprentice diaries.
Yeah.
You know, what a great idea. Yeah, it really is. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, I won't take credit for it. Basically, Concept Hair magazine, which is, as you know, the magazine, the UK magazine for apprentice stylists and barbers, and they approached me. It must have been just at the start of lockdown last year, actually. And the guy Tom that used to work there, he's brilliant. He said he dubbed me the most vocal apprentice stylist of the UK. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I take it as a good thing.
Yeah, and do you know what? He said, you know, we're really wanting to start this mini-series called the Apprentice Diaries. But I mean, he gave me free rein, you know, to call it whatever I like. But I like the Apprentice Diaries. I think that was a nice fit. And basically, I would just video myself every month and just show apprentice stylists and barbers what there was going on training wise, or when I got back to the salon, I would do like a month in the life of me. I would show them the salon, show them the hair I've been creating, and just anything that I've been doing out with the salon as well, it was so much fun.
It's nice to share your journey, isn't it, with other apprentices out there. And I think you're a little bit older than the usual apprentice, just a little bit. Just a little bit. But
I'm 30 next month. I'm like,
that's all right. You're still young to us anyway. Justin, that's young. Other apprentices who are younger, who are looking at you as an apprentice and following the apprentice diaries, they're going to be so inspired and motivated, aren't they?
Yeah, and do you know what? It was just great to have that platform, because when I first started, obviously in the hair industry, I really didn't ever think anyone would ever want to, hear from some guy up in Aberdeen. It was kind of, guy from a small town. You didn't think anyone would want to listen. And then the more that I was telling my story, the more people would reach out to me. And I really use that as part of the Justin at ISHOKA brand. And I really want to help and inspire and motivate other young up and coming stylists. So
even to the fact that you've just sorry, Kerry.
So there's lots of people that think about it when they're 16 and 17 and like yourself decide, I'm not sure I'll be able to do that. And then but they keep that passion flowing and then decide at 22, 23 that actually I really want to do that.
Yeah.
So your story really will inspire people to, it's never too late to join the industry.
Thank you so much.
And make sure of it.
I particularly like the rebranding that you've just done, Justin, because I saw the post that you did, you know, what do people think about it? And you know what? It's really nice to get people's views about your rebranding and the signature branding and everything. That's really key at the moment, isn't it?
Well, absolutely. And I mean, I'm just obsessed and in love with Instagram and showing my work on there. So it was so important. I remember when I first started my Instagram page, it must have been like a year into my training or something. And I seen all these hair pages and stuff. And some of them are very same. And I thought I had an advantage because I was training. I wanted to use it as more of like a blog for my training and to see my progress. And I mean, even to this day now, I can still go all the way very back to the first ever roller set that I ever did. And, you know, I can see and it's nice to do that. And then but I personally didn't think my page was anything special or anything. And then I got approached by Schwarzkopf Professional, who are our brand that we use in Salon. And my boss, Philip, he is one of the UK ambassadors for them. He's an educator for them as well. And they approached me and let me know about this digital ambassador team called the SKP Collective team. Now, the SKP Collective team is a group of 12 hairstylists from all over the UK and Ireland. And we just really showcase and share our love for the brand through social media. And so that was in 2019, I think. I auditioned for it. I felt like I was auditioning for Love Island or something.
The rewards weren't quite so good, though.
I had to take a video and, you know, introduce myself, tell them why I love digital and why I love hairdressing. And out of the hundreds of applicants, they thought it was a good idea to put me on the team.
All the passion must have seeped through. Yeah, fantastic.
But I mean, it was really daunting because I was the only apprentice stylist on the team. You know, I thought we get invited to so many different hairstyling events and things like that, but you just kind of have to grab the bull by the horns and just go for it.
So you're representing.
That's what I always say to our. Yeah, that's what I always say to our members, Justin, that it's not about the salon in general. It's about building your own brand, isn't it, as a person?
Yeah,
in this
absolutely.
Industry, you have to get out there and sell yourself. So it doesn't matter what salon or what brand you're working underneath. It's all about you as a person, because you could be working a salon with 10 stylists and every single one of you are creating something different.
No, 100%. Everyone's got their own style.
Yeah. So I sort of totally understand that just encourage everybody to get out there and sell yourself, sell your own brand, sell your own style. So
100%.
Well,
so tell us, Justin, what's in the near future? I mean, what's happening with you in Scotland at the moment? Are you locked down like us in the UK?
Yeah.
Okay.
But so it was really nice. It was really nice to get dressed up today because it makes a change. But yeah, the salon is closed just now. We just had an announcement on just the other day saying it'll be until at least the middle of February. But personally, I see it probably going into the same as England.
I probably, I think we're all thinking that February the 15th, I think they're going to make some form of announcement. So at least then we'll have a peek at the future, but we're not sure. Yeah. So what about awards and industry trophies and, you know, what do you have planned? Have you got any competitions coming up?
So I don't have anything like set in stone, but this past year, being locked down most of the year last year, it really just gave me time to reflect and realise that I need to get back on the competition circuit. Previously, I've entered the Scottish. There's two different types of Scottish Hair and Beauty Awards. So I was a runner-up in 2018. I've got it somewhere here. I got highly commended Junior Stylist of the Year. I'm sure it was 2018.
Fantastic.
And then 2019, I finalised for Best Apprentice Stylist and Social Media Expert, which was amazing. So yeah, I love that buzz. And being able to work with Philip and Catherine, because they've shot so many award-winning collections, is really amazing. Shoot days are my favourite. Just really learning tips, but it's not even just about the hair. It's like tips and tricks of the camera as well.
Yeah, because photography in hairdressing is actually another dimension, and it's such an art to be able to capture the work that has been done. We can, everybody can do it on their phones, but when you got the right lighting, the right cameras, and people behind the camera who actually really know what they're doing, it completely changes the game, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's so vital to have a great photographer as well.
So tell us a little bit about Schwarzkopf. How, as a brand, I mean, they're enormous, aren't they? We like to get a little plug-in for the brands. So tell us a little bit about Schwarzkopf.
So I didn't actually realise how huge they were. And when I auditioned for the SKP Collective, they flew me down to London for the press launch day. We all it was so extra. We even had our faces generated on cups of coffee. It was the most bizarre thing ever. And we had to do they do a launch video, and we had to do our video introductions. I felt like one of the Kardashians or something. You know what I mean? I'd never really done anything like that before in my life, and I was absolutely petrified. Although they probably couldn't see through my face, I was absolutely petrified because I was surrounded by so many amazing hairstylists who knew what they were talking about, and I just absolutely didn't. Fake it till you make it,
Oh, we like that.
But it worked out in the end, because now I've grown so much confidence through working with a brand like Schwarzkopf. They're there for anything I need, and because a lot of people say to me when I'm retailing in the salon, if I'm recommending a product to someone, they're like, I think sometimes people can think, hairstylists are just recommending products purely for the commission. Excuse me. Yeah. Purely for the commission, but with me, I would never have auditioned for a brand to be part of their team if I didn't truly. I don't believe in recommending products you don't believe in. I think clients need to realize how sincere you are about this product, and you need to be excited about the products, because if you're not excited about the products, they are not going to be excited about the products.
And it shows through, doesn't it? When you're trying to build that trust with your clients, because you have to build trust in the salon with your clients, otherwise they are not going to buy from you. But you can't build the trust until you trust the product. So it's a trust issue, isn't it? And I think if you are passionate about the brand and you love the product, your client is going to see genuinely, and they're only going to buy from you if you are genuine. Would you say that's true?
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. 100%. It's the only way it works.
Yeah.
But with Schwarzkopf, since I got on the team, they've been fab. They've flown me to London several times. I got to judge Trend Image of the Year at 2019 British Hairdressing Awards. Last year, just at the start of the year before, obviously, the pandemic, I judged the Dutch Hairdressing Awards. But that was really nice because they invited Philip down with me as well.
Nice
so
to
we
have
got
your
to do
mentor
that together.
with you. Yeah.
I got to attend the British Hairdressing Awards. What else did I do through them? I styled hair at Forever Unique's fashion launch. They had a new collection being launched last year. So I was kind of fangirling a bit because the woman who owns Forever Unique, she's from the Real Housewives of Cheshire. And so I was like...
So it was a bit like Love Island, but here.
So it was great. But it's just opened so many doors for me. And as I said before, they've just really built my confidence with speaking on camera and just putting myself out there, really.
So we always ask Justin, Can you give our apprentices or junior stylists, people who are thinking about going into the industry, might think they've left it a bit late, 3 tips? So what would you say to them about the motivation, desire, and actually achieving what they want?
Oh, 3 tips. So I always like to say this one because my salon manager, Alison, it was one of the first things she ever said to me. And you need to really fall in love with every single process you're learning. Because if you don't fall in love with what you're doing, whether that be rolling every set of rollers into hair in the correct pattern, you just really need to love what you're doing. Because if you're not happy in your job, then it's going to show through your work and to your future clients. So fall in love with every process that you learn.
Brilliant.
Have an idea of what there's so many different types of hairdressing that you can go into. There's session, there's freelance, doing photo shoots. There's just, the world is your oyster. But I would really say focus on your training. That is absolutely vital. Then you can decide which way you want to go. You need to have the foundations. God, I sound like my boss.
That's good. That's got to be good. You're going to be a boss one day.
He's going to watch this. He's going to watch this and be like...
He's going to watch it, Justin.
He did listen to me after all.
Yeah, he did listen. Yeah, he's learned well.
Yeah. I've lost my track now.
You were talking about that.
Yeah, just really focus and just be prepared to... No, just practice. Practice.
Okay. Brilliant. Because practice, as we know, makes perfect. Yeah. We'd all agree.
And whether that's taking a doll's head home after work, and just while you're sitting watching the TV, doing whatever, whether you're braiding or whether you're doing your roller set or, people aren't going to judge you for wanting to do extra at home. Nobody cares. Everyone wants you to succeed. So, and always look after number 1.
Yeah. Well, if you look after number 1, then everything else just falls into place, doesn't it? So those top tips are great, Justin. I'm actually going to share them with my young apprentices when I do my teaching and education because, they are surrounded by people or other apprentices who are probably about the same level. So it's really good for them to look ahead slightly and to think, they might think at the time, and you probably felt that this is just going to take forever. And then actually one day, as you said, you look back and you think, wow, that went quickly. Yeah. So inspiration at that level is really important.
Yeah. And do you know what? I think what gets me through as well is reflection and just, even just chatting to you ladies today about my achievements so far. I think it's so important to recognize what you've achieved so far. No assessment is too little to not be praised. So just always look back and just look how far you've come.
Yeah. Well, we absolutely love you, Justin. We really do. And we are so pleased that you accepted our invitation to come on the podcast.
No, it was an honor to come on and chat to you. I'm so happy to be here.
Oh, that's lovely. So
you're definitely an inspiration to people coming into the industry, whatever the age they are.
Absolutely.
What was that, sorry?
So you're definitely an inspiration to anybody that wants to come into the industry, whatever age you are.
Bless you. Yeah, you're never too old to follow your dreams.
Definitely not.
We're going to quote that for you, Justin.
Yeah, please do.
You're never too old to follow your dreams.
But it's funny, I always laugh because although there was several salons that knocked me back in the beginning, because I was, that little bit too old.
Yeah.
They all want to poach me now, so...
That's not a bad place to be,
No, I mean, it's a massive compliment, but they all know my loyalty to ISHOKA. They changed my life, so...
Well, you respect that loyalty, don't you? It shows.
Yeah.
It does, and they must...
And that's what it is. I think it's so important to have that respect and that relationship with your bosses, because if you don't, you'll be miserable.
In the long run, they're your mentors, aren't they? They're the people that get you to every stage that you want to get to.
Yeah, and I always say I'm the luckiest person in the industry to have Catherine and Philip as my mentors, because I'm like a kid in a sweet shop. Like, there's just so much information and so much knowledge that I can learn.
I think on the other side of it,
it's really great to see how passionate you are about the industry. We need lots more of them.
On the other side of it, Justin, being a salon owner, you always, you crave for people like you, people, apprentices that come in, no matter how old they are, but with the desire to learn, and it's a two-way thing, they have so much faith in you and they invest in you in so many ways, because what you're doing is you're giving back to them. So it's a great relationship to have in the salon. They massively appreciate you and you appreciate them. So
100%.
Great. Yeah.
Because in this industry as well, it's not, you're constantly learning, aren't you? Constantly. So all you have to do is thank them.
Never stop.
Giving the opportunity to keep continually learning. So, and you need people like that have that enthusiasm to show you how to get to the next level. So
definitely. And I think, like, once I started seeing results from everything I was doing, success is what's the word, addictive.
Absolutely.
Once you start climbing the ranks, and you start doing well and people start recognizing you and stuff, you want to do more. And that is 100% what has pushed me. It's just kind of given me a taste of, what's to come. So I'm really excited for the future.
It's a very positive circle, isn't it? Very
Absolutely.
Positive. The more you do, the better you get. The happier you are about what you're offering. And the relationship with the clients in the salon obviously is important. And if they,
I love every single one of them.
Yeah. And if you show that, then that's what brings clients back to the salon.
100%. 100%. Yeah.
That's why me and Angeline do these podcasts as well, because the amount of people that will be watching this podcast with you will definitely take that inspiration and that enthusiasm and that passion and carry on.
I hope so.
You're going to be igniting quite a few passionate people out there. And like you said, Justin, lockdown, I think, has given everybody a chance to maybe reflect on what they're doing. Not, we have heard some people go, do you know what? I've had it with hairdressing. I'm going to actually go and do dog grooming. And that's great. But it's also made people focus on their future, because when you are in the salon and it is so busy all the time, sometimes you don't have that mind space to be able to look to the future to see actually really what makes you happy. So I think it's going to weed out the people who actually don't want to do it anymore. Great. They go and do dog grooming or something else. Yeah. But also it's going to give the industry people who have literally been reignited with their passion. So not only have we got the vaccine, but we've got a great future of people in the industry who have now got even more passion than they ever had.
Totally agree with you. I absolutely 100% agree with you. And I think it's so great. I think with lockdown, what happened was so many amazing educators were straight online, dishing out free education. Like, there was so much going on. It was just incredible. And we're never going to have that ever again in our lives. Do you know what I mean? All that free. But in terms of having all that free education, so you just had to, just take it all in, really, and just do it, which was incredible.
Yeah. I think also the online stuff, the education, be it the courses, Hair Up, because we spoke to Cherie, and she's just incredible. She's just gone massive. I mean, her following is incredible. She has found where she wants to be in the industry.
Absolutely.
She really has. And she's a great example of using the time and the lockdown and the audience that actually you've got to create something amazing within the industry.
It's using their talent, isn't it? It's using your talent to inspire other people. And I just think that that's exactly what this pandemic's done. It's
Yeah.
actually inspired people to use online to inspire them even more in the industry. So
Yeah.
welcome to everybody that done that.
Well, as I said, Justin, we are so pleased that you've joined us today. We were going to actually end it, but we just went on. And I think, if we had time, we'd be here.
I have a lot to say.
But we love that. We'd be here till dinner time. But
I know.
but we are going to wrap it up now. But Justin,
No problem.
from ISHOKA, thank you so much. You have inspired us. You have inspired so many people out there, and we know our audience is just going to absolutely fall in love with you, ISHOKA, and this podcast. A big thank you to our guests today for giving up their time to share their own salon industry journeys. Don't forget to sign up to our channels so you don't miss out on the amazing guests we have lined up just for you. Big love from Kerry Humphreys, founder of Locate Your Look, and Angeline Hayden, founder of Midas Customer Service Training and Salon Solutions. See you next time on the Salon Chat Room podcast.